Alright, well, it seems that that first worst of video I put out is doing pretty well, so let's do another one. And today we're going to be doing the thing that made me decide to actually do these types of videos. Uh, this is going to require a little bit of backstory, but I'll put up some pictures to keep things interesting, if I can find, appropriate pictures. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about the worst thing I have ever purchased in my life. And we got to go back in time to the 1990s. So, in the early to mid 90s, I think, if you walked into a shopping mall in the United States, I don't know if this was international, but I'm assuming it was in places, but if you did, you would probably run into the WB store, which was Warner Brothers' equivalent to the Disney store. There were several locations, I think. The one I remember most, of course, was the one at the mall in Staten Island, because I mentioned before I used to live in Brooklyn, New York, and we had family that lived in Staten Island, so whenever we go to visit, we would oftentimes stop at the mall and do a little bit of shopping. And I remember that one distinctly well because it had a big statue of Bugs Bunny in front, and I wonder what happened to that statue. It doesn't seem like something you would just throw away because it was huge and it was kind of cool. Anyway, the WB store, of course, was the equivalent to the Disney store, except obviously they sold Warner Brothers related merchandise. So you had stuff from DC Comics, Looney Tunes, and whatever, Warner Brothers thing was popular at the time. I actually distinctly remember at the, and I really hope I can find pictures of this because I always thought this was really cool. The Warner Brothers store, if you look up at the rafters in the inside the store, by where all the light fixtures were, they strategically hid gremlin statues that were like looking down at the people that were that were shopping, and I always thought that was really cool. I really hope I could find a picture of this, but most likely not. I've only found a few pictures of the WB store before I started doing this video, and I did find quite a few of the Staten Island location. Sadly, the WB store I don't think is around anymore. I think it was fairly short-lived, and I do remember when the one in Staten Island closed because it like wasn't there one day, and I think it became like a shoe store or something. I don't know what it is currently, but I do remember being kind of upset that it wasn't there. But that is kind of the bane of specialty stores like that. They don't usually last very long. Even back then, before the internet, when you can just go online and buy whatever you want, it was still hard to get off the ground. I actually heard the Disney stores are not doing very well right now. In fact, I had one not too far from where I live currently closed down, and I thought that was kind of shocking to see. Like you'd think like with Disney, Disney would last forever, but no. Apparently, even Disney specialty stores are not invulnerable to the crushing economic times we live in. Damn millennials. Anyway, let's get back on track. I I distinctly remember. I know I bought other things at the WB store. I distinctly remember two things I bought. One was a Marvin the Martian glass, which I really did like, and unfortunately I don't have anymore. I'm assuming it broke at some point or probably got lost when we moved, which is a shame. And the other thing I bought, which I still have, is what we're going to talk about today. Ladies and gentlemen, from the WB store circa 1992, 3, 4, so around that time, Kryptonite Rock. Yeah, it's a Kryptonite Rock in a cheap cardboard box. I do like the artwork for it, but yeah, the cardboard box does not really, because I mean it is kind of old, but it just looks so cheap. Also, you shouldn't be storing kryptonite in cardboard boxes. It needs to be stored in a lead-lined container because while it does not have any immediate effects on humans, it does have long-term effects. I believe that's what caused Lex Luthor's cancer in the Justice League cartoon show. But yeah, so it's kryptonite and it glows in the dark. But we'll test that out in a minute. Safe and non-toxic. Oh, thank God. I guess we don't have to worry about it. 1993. All right. Instant recharge procedure exposed to any light source for 5 seconds. Only 5 seconds, huh? Recommended for everyone over 6 years and future space travelers. Exclusively distributed by Warner Brothers Studio Store. Superman, Kryptonite, blah, 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 DC Comics. Yep. It's kryptonite. They sold kryptonite at the WB store. And I don't know. I've never seen anybody else with one of these. Probably because nobody else is stupid enough to have bought this. But anyway, let's have a look at it, shall we? It's a rock. It's a rock that they painted green. Yeah, this is what I really have no idea what possessed me to actually want to buy this, and I probably used some very hard-earned allowance money to have this thing. But yeah, it's a green rock. It's just a rock they painted green, and apparently it glows in the dark, and we'll test it out in a minute. Wow, so much buyer's regret. I actually don't remember if they just sold it like this, or if there was like a like wrapper around it, and they probably just tricked people into buying these. All right, I tell you what, let's give this kryptonite a test. Let's see if this is authentic. I know it said not safe on the thing, but let's double check to be sure. All right, Superman, you stand right there, and we'll see if this affects him. Nope, not real kryptonite. Here's real kryptonite. There we go. He's dead now. Wow. Well, you know what? Actually, also let me see if I can like scrape off a little bit of this paint. This paint does actually feel very quality, but I do kind of want to see like what kind of rock this might be underneath. Let's see, get a close look there. This feels like one of those like white rocks that you see in people's gardens, and yeah, a little bit's coming off there. That you'd see, buy them in bags of, big like 10-pound bags, and you just put them in your garden. It does look like something's on there. I don't know. You can't really see it through the camera. I'm also trying not to wreck my blade. I think this actually might be one of those rocks. They just bought, a bulk pack of them, and they just spray painted it green for dumb kids to buy and spend their hard-earned allowance money on. All right, well, there's only one other thing we can do, and that is test and see if it actually does glow in the dark. I don't remember ever actually doing that, so give me a minute. I'm going to go put this up on the light fixture. Let's see if I can balance this so it doesn't fall on my head. 1 second. Alright, so I put the kryptonite up on my light box, which I had to move a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't really affect any lighting in this video. Not that my videos ever have the best lighting to begin with, but anyway, one thing we can look at while that is charging, the price tag is actually still on this box. Are you ready to see how much they dare charged for a green rock that they called kryptonite? $5. $5 for a green rock. And keep in mind, this was 1993, so I don't know how much that would be in, now money, but I'd imagine not too much more than this, although either way, it's still too much. It's a lot of money for a rock, for a souvenir novelty rock. Unbelievable. I just realized the sides are different from that one. There, and the packaging is a bit lazy. I mean, I kind of like it visually, but it's just repeating. And then over here, they just move Superman over. All right, well, now that we have that out of the way, and I just realized, made in USA. Oh, thank God. Because the United States makes the best kryptonite. Am I right, fellow patriots? Anyway, why don't I pause for a minute and we'll check on that kryptonite. So I'll be right back. Alright, well, it said 5 seconds, and I left it on there for far more time than that, so let's check it out. Alright, lights off. Oh, okay. There's a little bit of glow. This is the side I had facing the light. Not a whole lot, but I guess it's something. I probably have to leave it on there a little bit more, and then it'll probably, look a lot better. Lights on. Alright, well, that is my regretful purchase from over 20 years ago. Yeah, kryptonite. What else can you say? It'll be a continuous reminder for me to stop wasting my money on stupid things, even though I constantly do that. I mean, you guys watch this channel, for God's sakes. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video and you like to see me do more worst things, be sure to let me know. I do have at least one other thing I want to do a video about, and I might be then open to suggestions. But anyway, if you did like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out my other videos. I do other toy videos, toy-related videos. And I'm planning quite a bit of things for the near future, so be sure to tune in to check that out. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.